So at this moment, we will hear from our Chatan Torah, Joel Troster. And I just enjoy so much, Joel, seeing you sitting, with your family and your beloved, and also, you knowing your children, and such a marvelous moment. And I would like to say that it will always stay with me a moment in our trip to Ukraine in 2013. You're standing then in Free Odessa in Opera House. We were given a tour, and the Opera House was empty. And it's a very elaborate, Baroque-looking building, very beautiful. And you start singing. And in that song, there was a combination of so much lovingness and tenderness and softness and hope. So Holy One granted you many gifts, but one of them is to be a song. Among Joel Troster's talents are singing, baking, and woodworking. Since his family joined Darchei Noam 32 years ago, Joel has participated in a wide range of shul activities, including, but not limited to, Torah and Haftarah reading, baking interesting and delicious challah for special occasion, and sharing the Shomrei Adama Environmental Action, and sharing with Shomrei Adama Environmental Action Committee. But I also would like to say, so just in the end of Yom Kippur, I dug my hands in something very soft and yummy, which I'm not allowed to lick in front of everyone. My mother would have been terrified if I licked my finger in public. But what happened is my finger fell into the apples that were baked in a challah. And everyone else was so happy to receive this yummiest treat, and we tore the challah apart to sustain ourselves after fast. Joel also has made numerous challah boards for my young families group and conversion students and 20s and 30s. They all walk out with this stunning challah board with the Darchei Noam logo printed on it. And you have seen Joel's work with wood at our celebration of the arts this spring, and you have probably tasted his work with flour, yeast, and honey at Kiddush over the years. You're also seen Joel's hands and ideas at work in front of our building in re-wilded flower beds. No, is it correct? Re-wilded, you call it? No, reviled. Is it, no, R-E-W-I-L-D-E-D. What is that? Rewild, not wilded. Thank you. After all these years, I will never hear the end of it. David is in the back. That are now filled with anterior native plants that attracted pollinators, as well as vegetable garden co-created by Shomrei Adama and Rina. In general, when anyone needs something done, Joel has been our go-to gentleman, and we are delighted to honor Joel as Chatan Torah this year. Joel, it's an honor. Welcome. We would love to hear and learn from you.
Thank you very much. I was really quite surprised when I was given this honor. You see, the last time I gave, let me take this off. The last time I gave a Devar Torah was September 7th, 1963. It was my bar mitzvah. So here goes. My Jewish journey to Darchei Noam started when I was 6. My family moved that winter to the York Downs area in 1956. Our first Rosh Hashanah service was at the nearby shul, Clanton Park, an Orthodox shul. Here we were with my father sitting close to the front with the other men, and my mother and 3 children under the ages 8 and under had to sit separately at the back. After services, my dad was upset that they auctioned off Aliyah's. My mother told my dad in no uncertain terms that he find a shul where we could sit together. So we joined Beth David when it was starting up in an old house on Bathurst and York Downs. We sat together. My mom often helped out the kiddush by bringing her wonderful baking. She was very well known for her chiffon cake. I learned there that a shul is not one where you sit and listen, but one where you get involved. My sister Cyril, brother Larry, and I all had our B'nai Mitzvot in that shul in the building on Yeoman's Road. I learned my Torah and Haftorah tropes from the Balkore Ted Bloom, and as a teen I joined a Torah reading group. We took part in Torah readings on a number of occasions, and we also read Torah at the Baker Senior Center. What I learned from that was to use what I know to help others. I also learned the melody I still use today for the Shirat Hayam, Come for the 7th day of Pesach, and you'll hear it. After I married Cheryl, we moved to Thornhill to raise our children, Ariel and Charles. We then joined Shar Shalom. My brother Larry became a conservative rabbi, and so he became my Rebbe. Well, at the seminary, Larry and his wife Elaine had been strong advocates for the ordination of women and for their full participation of them in the services. In fact, there's a picture of my twin nieces wearing little t-shirts as babies that said future rabbi. One of them is a rabbi. Larry's first position was assistant rabbi at Beth Tzedek. Next, he was appointed rabbi at the Richmond Hill Shul Shari Chaim, so we became members there. At Shari Chaim, I did a lot more Torah and Haftorah readings. I also occasionally led services. I was a member of the ritual committee. One memorable time, we met to decide on whether we should allow women to have aliyot and be more involved in the service rituals. After studying the subject, we ruled that Shari Chaim would become fully egalitarian, the first conservative shul in the GTA. I fondly remember a time when an older woman was called to the Torah. She had tears in her eyes. My daughter Ariel had her bat mitzvah at Shari Chaim, and unfortunately that summer after the shul had to close. I asked my brother where we could go, and he suggested that we check out Darchei Noam. So we all attended a service that summer when the rabbi at the time was on vacation. We heard Phyllis lead the service, and we all agreed we had found our shul. I also found out that Darchei Noam was also not a shul where you sat and just listened. You got back more than you put in. So I volunteered to do Torah and Haftorah readings, occasionally led the Torah service. And when it came time to look into moving into our current building, I was on the art committee where we chose the artist to make the parochet, and it was member Ronnie Rosenberg who designed the doors of the ark. You can see the design that she did, incredible work. My brother Larry also started to become known as an environmental Rebbe. So my family donated funds to bring him to Darchei Noam for a weekend as scholar in residence. As a result, I joined Shomrei Adamah and was a member for a number of years until I was asked to be chairman. With the help of Shomrei Adamah's members, Gloria Boxon, the 2 Michaels, Winberg and Sandberg, Jonathan Dostrovsky, Tina Silver, Hyman Blackman, and others, Shomrei Adamah has presented the yearly Tu B'Shvat Seders with the Hebrew School. We ensured that the cleaning supplies being used were environmentally friendly. We carved off the gardening committee now led by Desiree Kramer. And in fact, the gardening, all the plantings are her responsibility, and I really love what she's been doing. We also moved our kiddushes off of disposables onto washable plates and cutlery. And we presented a number of farmers market to table kiddushes. where Gloria and I shopped at the local Thursday farmers market and then cooked up lots of delights at my house. The Desiree Gardening Committee has made that even more neat by giving us corner of the building to plate kiddishes. I hope you all remember the incredible fried eggplant we had a few weeks ago. I also got into challah baking. Backed up. My brother, sister, and I commissioned the textile artist Tema Gentles to make 3 Torah covers, and one of them is over here that you can see later. 2 are here, and 1 resides in New Jersey with my niece, Rabbi Rachel Troster. They're all based on the concept of things that are visible and things that are concealed. I want to show you this. It has one line from the hymn, Torah Adonai Temimah, but it doesn't have the line that goes after it, so it's hidden. It has, may your eyes sparkle with the light of Torah and your ears hear the music of its words. Now, what's very interesting is inside the folds are printed letters that my father wrote to my mother during the war when they were still just friends. And this was all done by Tema Gentles. And another little thing is, underneath are pictures of my father and my mother and a picture of my brother's bar mitzvah. So this is the part that is hidden. So you can all come and see that later. I also got into challah baking after my brother complained how long the lines were at the kosher bakeries before the high holidays. So I learned how to bake my own challahs. When I retired, I took up my woodworking hobby. I once asked Rabbi Tina if I could make her a challah board, which I then did. And as requested, it also has a place for the salt. Little did I know that I would then get a sweet and gentle request for 12 more for her young families group. So far, I've made 24 boards, and I'm starting on more. I'm going to end with the one moment that gave me the most joy. After my granddaughter Daphne was born, her 2 moms brought her here to Darchei Noam for her baby naming. I had such joy carrying Daphne around the congregation in the Torah procession. What brought me to tears was holding her under the tallit for the blessing with the other children. She has since grown up to be a wonderful 11-year-old. So my message to you is to get involved and use whatever skills you have to help continue to make Darchei Noam such an incredible, inviting place. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.